We've done some sniffing about and have managed to invite somebody from one of our guests' murky pasts. Here are some possible facts about tonight's mystery guest. It could be a relative whose ride got pimped. It could be a friend who got more than they bargain bucketed for. Or it could be a cock block by a mock copper. Does anybody have a clue? Toussaint.
I think I have to apologise to my friend Jim for an egregious incident which happened on a holiday.
Right.
So I was fresh out of uni.
Hang on a sec. We're on Dave. What does egregious mean? Sorry, Dave.
Like, very bad.
Carry on, Toussaint.
So I was fresh out of uni and, like, to celebrate graduating, like, I went on a holiday to Ibiza with, like, two of my best uni mates, like Jim and Gaz. And it was like a lads' holiday, but, like, we were not lads. Like, we were like a version of the In-Betweeners, but, like, each of us were like Will. So we flew in early hours of the morning and we were like, let's just go straight down to the strip. Like, let's just get on it. Like, it's just this narrow street of bars and people are just, like, vomiting and, like, pissing and shitting. And we end up, like, dejected, like, walking along the beach. And these group of, like, lads, like, actual lads, like, you could tell they were lads because they were dressed in, like, lad uniform. Like,
oi, oi!
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi! That kind of thing.
Head to toe Fred Perry.
Oh.
And they were just like, cheer up, lads, it might never happen. Cheer up, lads, it might never happen. Like, you know, they were, like, having some, like, headlocks and shouting at us. But in their head, they were, like, checking on our mental health. You know what I mean? They had this bucket of chicken. And they were eating, and they were like, oh, we're not going to be able to finish this, lads. There's loads of chicken left. Like, you guys have it. Like, have this bucket of fried chicken. And I was like, oh, thank you very much, lads. Cheers, really nice of you. And, like, I take the chicken, and I look at it, I was like, oh, it's mayo. Like, I don't want that. Not on that at all. And I give it to, like, Jim and Gaz. And Jim just was, like, going in on this chicken, like, just... The mayo is just all on his face. It's, like, glistening in the moonlight. And it's like translucent. And there's just this look on Jim's face where... Something's not quite right with this mayo, lads. Like, they jizzed in the chicken, lads! And these guys had literally deposited, like 9 mayo sachets worth of cum in this bucket. I just feel guilty because I'm not saying, like, my spunk sense was tingling, but, like... But I just thought there was just something off about it, and I just, instead of saying something, I just passed it along. You know, I was an unwitting accomplice.
You want to apologise, basically, to Jim or Gaz, or the two of them together, which is Jizz.
I want to apologise to Jim.
Because Jim was the one that really went in.
Jim really went in on the chicken.
He tucked in. He tucked in.
Do you know what you can do? This is slightly different, but it reminds me of a good thing. If you're giving someone fellatio, sort of more looking at you two, really.
Don't rule me out just yet.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, actually, lucky old Ben. Is he in tonight, your husband? Oh. Your kids in, though, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Keep it clean.
They genuinely are, aren't they? All 3 of them.
Mummy will explain fellatio when we get home.
I think they know about fellatio.
I think they probably do. My daughter's putting her head in her hands. She's realised. We'll workshop when we get home, yeah? Mummy will workshop when we get home.
With Daddy.
Now, Katherine, who do you need to apologise to in that there booth?
I haven't wronged that many people. I try not to.
It would be nice if you did have somebody to apologise to, just for the format of the show.
Well, my boyfriend broke up with me. We would have a big prom party and an after party, and you would hire security guards for that because you don't want the teenagers getting too inebriated and causing trouble in the woods. I loved my boyfriend so much, and he split up with me while I was wearing a tiara, which I didn't even think was allowed. And prom is meant to be the best time of your life.
Oh, prom sounds stressful.
Oh, no.
Prom sounds awful. We never had proms in our... We had the proms, you know.
It's the same, but with different wind instruments.
So what happened?
So when he dumped me on the dance floor at prom during Lady in Red...
What?
I thought, I'm not going through this again, this, like, torture and this heartbreak. And I looked around, And there was the security guard, and he was the biggest and oldest and most inappropriate person to get off with at the prom. And I made out with him, and that really upset my boyfriend because he had been drinking and he didn't remember breaking up with me. So the next day, he just thought I decided to get off with the security guard for no reason.
You smashed the patriarchy that night, I feel, Katherine Ryan.
I think the patriarchy smashed me pretty good. But, you know, I think I would apologize to that boyfriend because that boyfriend is my husband now.
And whose is the baby?
Bimini, can you add more corn flour as a thickener to the plot?
I'm thinking of maybe my aunt, who bought this gorgeous aquamarine convertible.
Oh.
And it was a lovely aquamarine colour, and we were painting outside the house one day. Really shit art. It was a pavement, we had some chalk. Anyway, we'd run out of colour. I looked at the car and I thought, great colour. That would look great on the pavement. So we got some stones and we scraped off her new convertible, the aquamarine, and then painted the pavement with it. So obviously she was delighted when she came out.
But the convertible, right, that's a symbol of patriarchy, isn't it? That's a dick on wheels.
Yeah.
I like a dick on wheels, but I don't like the patriarchy.
Are you sure it wasn't bird shit? Was it
aquamarine bird shit?
So, gang, dramatic moments. Could it be Toussaint's baby gravy pal? Could it be Catherine's snubbed hubby? Could it be Bimini's car-tastrophe? Now, mystery guest, please show yourself to the court. Exciting. Here we go. Come on out, mystery guest.
Big Fred.
It's broken-hearted Bobby, Catherine's now husband. Bobby, so it was Lady in Red.
You know, I don't recall. The day before when I came out of my blackout, I'm stumbling around this garden party, and there's a spotlight up on this patio, and I look up, and this guy's like 6'6", massive, and so I just was like, wow.
That's what a pedo looks like.
So from there, I mean, we just had to, I can't recover from that.
But Bobby's much better than the security guard,
Mel,
isn't he?
I didn't like the security guard at all. I didn't fancy the security guard, but I was heartbroken because Bobby broke up with me for the second time that year.
I don't remember. I don't know what happened. She tells me this, I see the bouncer, who knows? She could be making something up.
This?
Jerry.
But that really tore us apart, and Bobby had really popular sisters, and they also didn't like me because of the security guard incident.
She did date him afterwards.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, well, I had to make an honest woman of myself, Lou.
Thanks for the apology. Thank you.
Oh, hang on, did she apologise?
No, she didn't, she didn't.
I don't think I actually heard that.
Oh, okay, please.
I'm torn in both my vagina and asshole, Mel.
Was that the security guard that did that?
Bobby, though I was hurt when you broke up with me for the second time in 1999, I should have acted more mature and not disgraced myself or our future marriage or baby Fred here, who's now hearing about all this for the first time, by making out with and ultimately dating the school security guard. And I'm glad that we got married. Oh. And I hope that we can put this behind us. And I'm sorry, and all I ever wanted was just to be with you. And I think I've proved that. And I'm so sorry, and I'll never do it again unless you break up with me again.
Won't happen.
Okay.
Oh my God, guys, it's like we are. Beautiful. Oh, bye, Bobby. Don't snog any more security guards, okay? There are a few round the studio.
Well, this actually involves the same dog, Tiger.
Tiger.
Yes,
You should get your dog on the show. He sounds like an absolute twat.
he is. I don't know why we thought this was a good idea. We thought we'd take him to the Lake District for a weekend.
Because he's spoiled. You're taking him on
Take him to the
holiday.
Lake District. We took him to the Lake District. and we walk him up the top of haystacks.
That's quite a height.
Which is quite a height.
Yeah.
And coming back the other side of haystacks, very, very steep. And that was when we found out, as you do about rescue animals, about the quirks of them. He refused to go downhill. He refused.
Oh,
I was literally
man.
pulling him, and he was, like, sort of pushing great big chunks of gravel as we were going down the hill. He wasn't having it. So then I decided to pick him up like a sack of potatoes and put him on the back of my neck to carry down.
Like Jesus.
And then I nearly went over, and we thought, no, we can't do this. We took his lead off, and he bolted.
Wow.
Right?
What a knob.
He is. We phoned Cockermouth Mountain Rescue and said there's a dog loose on the mountain. So they sent a team of volunteers, and then he turned up and they recognised me. They thought, this is hilarious. They phoned all the volunteers, so everyone came. So then I went back up the mountain with him. I had a pair of binoculars to try and spot the stupid dog on the mountain. Then I could see him making his way down the hill.
Oh.
You lying little git. Yeah. So then I ran up to him and I tried to grab him, and then my foot went down a rabbit hole and I twisted my ankle. The binoculars swung right up and then came back and hit me on the side of the head. Sort of, like, nearly knocked me out. I was, like, seeing stars. Then somehow the 30 volunteers managed to overpower the dog, and he just sort of stood there like that and went, yeah, all right, yeah. You got me. It's a fair cop. Anyway, I had to buy everyone a drink, a massive round in the pub.
Yeah,
that bloody dog's cost me a fortune!
Bill, this is outrageous.
It's outrageous, I know.
It's so nice you take your dog to the Lake District on holiday. My boyfriend won't even take me to Ipswich to meet his wife.
Is Tiger still with us?
Oh, yeah.
It'd be cheaper to take him out at this point.
What do you mean? You mean take him right out?
Take him out.
Yeah, take him out.
Rosie.
Right, this might be brilliant comedian Kieran Dowd.
Right.
A few years ago, Kieran had an award-winning show
Right.
on that Soho Theatre. So I went with my friend, obviously, right before the show, I drank 8 pints. I was arsehole. But luckily, no one can tell. We got seated on the front row.
Oh, dear.
Right in the middle. And the light went down, and I thought, I need a wee. And I thought, I'm gonna piss everywhere. So at the moment he turned his back, I legged over the stage. Right in front of him, I ran out, bashed everyone, got to the disabled toilet, vomited everywhere. They could hear me throwing up in the show. And then, I can't explain why I did this, but I got naked.
Of course you did.
And I fell asleep for an hour on the bathroom floor.
So did you sleep overnight?
No, they were lovely up until about midnight when they knocked on the door and they were like, right, you need to fuck off. To be fair, I really like Kieran as a comedian.
Yeah, he's great.
But I do prefer beer.
David, what are you thinking here?
So when I was 19,
I was selected by England to go to the World Amateur Championships in Houston, Texas. I was there with Audley Harrison. Both of us lost in early rounds in there, so it was like, what's next best? We're going to go out there and we're going to smash up the clubs. We're going to get some chicks, we're going to have a real nice time.
Some pieces.
Whatever pieces we can get, we're going to try and rustle some out. So we tried to go to a club. And in America, if you don't have a passport at the time you needed to show you was over 21, they will not let you in.
No.
So I think Audley Harrison came with a plan.
Right.
There was a recording artist, multi-platinum recording artist, R&B crooner called Genuine. Genuine sang the song Pony, big song
Massive
from the
hit.
90s, 2000s. Yeah. So I just happened to look just like him. I styled my tash like him, had the little sideburns. I already had the hair like him. The plan is we're going to turn up at a strip club.
There are naughty pieces in the strip club.
I remember a 19-year-old from South London, this was like, okay, I really want to... Anyway, he phones up, says Genuine wants to come down. They're all prepped. I turn up, I'm shitting myself thinking, oh, I'm going to get rumbled. This is so embarrassing. Oh, my God. But he already said he's got a concert coming up. He's got a sore throat. He can't speak at the moment. His vocal cords.
Good work.
Laid on really thick. We go in there, we've got a VIP section, and about 30 of the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life baying, thinking they want me, but they don't want
pieces.
me. Baying pieces. Literally. Anyway, I had a tremendous evening that night. Honestly, a 19-year-old, anytime they get stuck, the pole.
Do we refer to women as pieces?
I'm getting into it. It's terrible.
It's a terrible thing, can't believe it.
Misogyny is
Hold
just
on.
catching.
Also, most of your stories, we're round around you getting loads of action with loads of sexy women.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I've been talking about is chasing a bloody dog around.
Around the lakes. So, is it Bill's dog rescue ranger? Is it Rosie's pissed-off performer? Or David's doppelganger? Mystery guest, please make yourself visible. It's Mike from Mountain Rescue! Oh, Mike. I've got to say, Mike, if I was in trouble up the side of steel knots, I'd love to see your face coming up in the uniform with the stretcher and the skidoo and... Oh, Mike!
Love to see you with a skidoo, Mike.
Now, do tell us what happened on that fateful night/day.
Yeah, well, we got a call for a gentleman said his dog was stuck. Oh. And by the time we arrived, the dog had got loose, running across the top of haystacks.
Looking for a dog in a haystack, isn't it?
We eventually start corralling this dog. So I put the gloves on and we grabbed hold of Tiger. And Tiger immediately sunk his teeth right through my hand.
Through glove into hand.
Straight through the glove.
Whoa.
Sorry about that.
Thank you very much, Mike.
I was seeing this girl. We weren't properly dating, sort of seeing her, and she lived with her aunt and uncle. In the middle of the night, she was getting up early to go to work, and I wasn't working that day. So in the middle of the night, I became very ill with food poisoning.
Oy.
And as I was being sick, I messed my pants. Quite
So
severely.
both ends. We've got sickies.
A classic both ender.
Oh, both ends. Sickies up top and then runnings down below.
Yeah,
Horrid.
absolute carnage.
Horrid.
But ultimately, I finished. I cleaned up the bathroom, and I obviously had these pants that were gone.
Yeah.
So I found a plastic bag, put it in a bag, right? Then I hid them in the cistern of the toilet. So I put it in there and I go back to bed. She gets up, goes to work like 7 or 8 in the morning. She goes, "I'll just let yourself out." My aunt and uncle already at work. I'm like, "I've absolutely nailed this." I go back in and get the bag out the cistern, and it's all dry and stuff like that, but it's out, but it's obviously a bag full of pants and shit. So I put it on her bed as I'm getting dressed to know that if I put it right in the middle of the bed, I know I won't forget it then. Because it'll be there. It's looking at you, isn't it? So I get dressed, go downstairs, the door to the house I haven't got a key for slams behind me. Oh. And I remember there's a bag of shit on her bed.
And you never called me, Rob. Found it there.
I messaged her and I just said, "I'm really sorry. There's a bag on your bed. Don't open it. Just pick it up and take it to a street bin. And let's never talk about this ever again."
You've got the energy of someone that shits in bags now and again.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. If you haven't shit yourself, you're either lying or you're not living life. You've got to go for it.
Absolutely.
Well done, Rob Beckett.
Thanks, side.
Are we talking that?
Come on.
Scarlet, what about you?
My apology would be to a wonderful lady called Jenny Fleming. We went on holiday to Turkey. Some would say I'm a bad influence, but I don't think I am. Like, you don't have to listen to us when I'm drunk, do you know what I mean? So, we all got pretty drunk, and I was like, why don't we all get tattoos? Meaning everyone else and I'll watch, because I don't have any tattoos. And at the time, Glee. Remember Glee?
Oh,
yeah.
Watching it, mate.
Don't stop believing. That was huge. So we were like, why don't you get the tattoo, Don't Stop Believing? It was about 3 in the morning. I think we could have possibly paid the tattoo man with a kebab. I can't quite remember. But when we were explaining to him what we wanted, he made a spelling mistake. So the next day when we woke up, I went to put suntan cream on Jenny's back, and I was like, you got a tattoo, mate? She was like, let's have a look. And it just said, I think if I remember, it was like, don't stop believing.
Are you still friends with her?
Well, yeah, like we friends on Facebook.
Not real friends, though.
No, because life just gets away.
Yeah, you get on telly and bin them off.
Paul, can we have your apology, please, to whoever it might be that you need to apologise to in my booth?
The crab.
It's a Lego. It's Lego, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I tell you what, their arms are going to really hurt keeping that position up.
That's not their arms. They're actually doing a handstand. That is a terrible ass.
Let's hear your story, Paul.
I did a gig. This was a birthday party.
OK.
It was for a married couple, and I was ripping the guests, and it was going down all right. But then the birthday girl said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, doing what you told me to say." "No, we didn't." In front of all the guests. But then the crowd thought, how does he know stuff about the guests? Because they told me.
What age were these people?
5, 6 years old.
Right. Is it Scarlet's badly inked friend, Paul's unhappy customers, or the recipient of Rob's soiled pants?
God.
Mystery guest, please make yourself visible.
God.
Who's it going to be, guys? Tell us, Jenny, your side of the story.
Oh, no.
We were supposed to go for a kebab, and Scarlet took me to the tattoo shop with the drag queen.
Oh, yeah, it was with the drag queen.
You didn't mention the drag queen.
I forgot about Roxy Tart.
Right.
So, Scarlet, Roxy Tart, and yourself.
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m.
And we wrote the tattoo out, and he still managed to do it wrong.
I'll be honest, spelling isn't my strong point. It isn't. And 3 a.m, believing is a hard word.
Have you still got it, Jenny?
Yeah.
Do you mind showing?
No.
Oh, wow.
Do you mind if I have a look?
No.
All I can see is, dear, stop bell-ending. That says bell-ending. Lou, isn't it?
It does say stop bell-ending.
Oh, my goodness. Well, ladies and gents, thank you very much, Jenny Fleming.